Have you ever been blindsided by someone you trusted, felt like you were playing a game without knowing the rules? Perhaps you've been manipulated, betrayed, or simply taken advantage of, and you couldn't quite put your finger on why. Many of us navigate the world with a fundamental naivety about human nature. We tend to see people for who we wish they were, rather than for who they truly are. This isn't a moral failing. It's often a learned optimism, a desire to believe in the best in others, but in a complex world, this can leave us vulnerable. Today, we will offer you a different lens, a Machiavellian guide to human behavior. Not to make you cynical, but to make you discerning. To equip you with the strategic clarity needed to navigate social and professional landscapes more effectively. Understanding human nature is not about becoming ruthless, it's about becoming wise. It's about protecting yourself, achieving your goals, and ultimately building more authentic relationships based on reality, not wishful thinking. Are you seeing people for who they are or for who you wish they were? Let's pull back the curtain. Machiavelli's uncomfortable truth, self-interest as the driving force. Niccolò Machiavelli, the infamous Florentine philosopher, is often misunderstood. His work, particularly The Prince, is frequently dismissed as a manual for tyranny. But at its core, Machiavelli offered an uncomfortable yet profoundly realistic insight into human nature. People are primarily driven by self-interest. To ignore this, he argued, is to invite disaster. Machiavelli didn't write to make you cynical, he wrote to make you effective. He observed that individuals, whether in power or seeking it, act in ways that serve their own preservation, their own gain, their own desires. This isn't necessarily malicious, it's simply how humans are wired. Think about it. Every decision, every interaction, every relationship has an underlying motivation. What does this person stand to gain? What are they trying to avoid? What are their hidden fears or ambitions? When you start asking these questions, you begin to see the world not as a collection of random acts, but as a complex interplay of individual interests. This perspective isn't about distrusting everyone. It's about understanding the fundamental mechanics of human behavior. It allows you to anticipate actions, to understand reactions, and to position yourself strategically. It's the difference between playing a game of chess by only reacting to your opponent's moves and learning to anticipate them. Machiavelli's truth is uncomfortable because it strips away our romantic notions of human altruism, but in doing so, it grants us a profound advantage: clarity. The mask of virtue, seeing beyond the performance. One of the most crucial lessons from a Machiavellian perspective is this: people often conceal their true intentions behind a mask of virtue, a facade of politeness, shared values, or even exaggerated sincerity. The world is a stage, and most people are actors. Your task is to see behind the performance. We are conditioned to trust words, to believe what people say. But actions, as the old adage goes, speak louder than words. A person might profess loyalty, but consistently prioritize their own gain. They might preach honesty, but engage in deceptive practices. The mask of virtue is particularly effective because it appeals to our desire for harmony and our belief in inherent goodness. Robert Greene in The 48 Laws of Power elaborates on this, showing how appearances are often meticulously crafted to influence perception. Your goal is to develop the discernment to look past the presented image and observe the consistent patterns of behavior. What do their actions consistently reveal, regardless of what they claim? Are their words aligned with their deeds? This isn't about becoming paranoid. It's about becoming a keen observer. It's about recognizing that people, consciously or unconsciously, present a curated version of themselves. By focusing on their consistent actions, their choices, when under pressure, and the outcomes they consistently produce, you begin to peel back the layers of the mask. This allows you to interact with the reality of the person, not just the pleasant illusion they project. It's a skill that protects you from disappointment and allows you to build relationships on a more solid, truthful foundation. Decoding self-interest, the art of strategic empathy. If self-interest is the primary driver, how do we decode it? This isn't about cynicism. It's about strategic empathy. It's about understanding the other person's perspective, their pressures, their desires, not to exploit them, but to understand the underlying dynamics of any situation. To do this, ask yourself 3 key questions. 1. What does this person really want? Beyond the stated goal, what is their deeper aspiration? Is it security, recognition, control, wealth, peace of mind? Often, people's stated desires are merely proxies for more fundamental needs. 2. What are they afraid of? Fear is a powerful motivator. Are they afraid of losing status, control, money, a relationship, or even just looking foolish? Understanding their fears can illuminate their defensive behaviors and seemingly irrational choices. 3. What are their constraints? What external pressures are they facing? Are they limited by resources, authority, time, or the expectations of others? These constraints often dictate their actions more than their personal preferences. This is strategic empathy. It's not about condoning their actions, but about comprehending their motivations. When you understand what truly drives someone, you can better predict their behavior, anticipate their reactions, and navigate interactions with greater foresight. It allows you to frame your own requests or responses in a way that aligns with their underlying interests, making collaboration more likely and conflict more manageable. This skill transforms you from a passive participant into an active, informed player in any human interaction. Common manipulation tactics, recognizing the red flags. Once you understand the principles of self-interest and the mask of virtue, you become far more adept at recognizing manipulation. The manipulator's greatest weapon is your own naivety. But when you know what to look for, their tactics become transparent. Let's briefly outline a few common manipulation tactics. 1. Playing the victim. This tactic aims to evoke sympathy and guilt, making you feel obligated to help or concede. They present themselves as helpless, unfairly treated, or constantly suffering, shifting responsibility away from themselves and onto others, or even onto you. Recognize this when someone consistently highlights their misfortunes without taking any proactive steps to change their situation, or when their suffering seems to conveniently align with their desire for your resources or attention. 2. Appealing to your ego. Flattery. Manipulators often use excessive praise or compliments to disarm you and make you more receptive to their requests. They inflate your sense of self-importance, making you feel special or uniquely capable, so you are less likely to question their motives or deny their demands. Be wary when compliments feel disproportionate to the situation or when they immediately precede a request for a favor. 3. Creating a sense of urgency, false deadlines. This tactic pressures you into making quick decisions without sufficient time for thought or consultation. Phrases like "act now," "limited time offer," or "this is your only chance" are designed to bypass your rational judgment and trigger an emotional, impulsive response. Always question why a decision needs to be made immediately, and be prepared to walk away if you feel unduly pressured. 4. Gaslighting. This is a particularly insidious form of manipulation, where the manipulator makes you question your own reality, memory, or sanity. They might deny events that clearly happened, twist your words, or tell you that you are too sensitive or crazy. The goal is to destabilize you, making you dependent on their version of reality. Trust your instincts, keep records if necessary, and seek external validation from trusted sources if you suspect gaslighting. 5. Guilt tripping. This involves making you feel responsible for their feelings or problems, even when you are not. They might use passive-aggressive comments, emotional displays, or comparisons to others to induce guilt and compel you to act in their favor. Recognize that you are not responsible for another person's happiness or choices, and learn to set healthy boundaries. Recognizing these tactics isn't about becoming paranoid, but about developing a protective shield. It allows you to identify when someone is attempting to bypass your rational mind and appeal directly to your emotions or vulnerabilities. By understanding these common patterns, you can disarm the manipulator and respond from a place of strength and clarity, rather than being caught off guard. The power of discernment, building authentic relationships. This knowledge, this Machiavellian guide to human nature, is not for manipulation. It is for self-preservation. It is for strategic action. And paradoxically, it allows you to build more authentic relationships. When you understand that self-interest is a fundamental driver, you can approach interactions with clear eyes. You can set realistic expectations. You can identify genuine alignment of interests, rather than relying on superficial promises or emotional appeals. This discernment allows you to choose your allies wisely, to negotiate effectively, and to build trust on a foundation of mutual understanding, not naive idealism. It allows you to see people for who they are, not for who you wish they were, and in that clarity, there is immense power. The power to protect yourself from exploitation. The power to forge stronger, more resilient connections. The power to navigate the complexities of human interaction with confidence and foresight. This is the art of seeing through people. It is a skill that empowers you to be effective, to be safe, and to build a life where you are the master of your own destiny, not a pawn in someone else's game. If this exploration into the unvarnished truth of human nature resonated with you, and you're ready to sharpen your discernment and master the art of strategic interaction, I invite you to join our community. We regularly publish insights and solutions to modern problems, empowering individuals to master their minds, understand human nature, and forge lives of true power. Watch our other videos for more perspectives on navigating complex social landscapes and unlocking your full potential. And if you're ready to embark on this journey of profound understanding, subscribe to our channel now. Don't let another interaction leave you feeling blindsided. Your clarity begins with a single conscious choice. Join us.